King Oberon was known throughout the land for his wisdom and fairness, but his most prized possession was not his crown, but his falcon, Orion. Orion, with feathers the color of burnished gold and eyes like chips of amber, was no ordinary bird. He was the king's closest companion, his confidant, and his most skilled hunter. The bond between them was strong, forged through countless hunts and quiet moments shared amidst the grandeur of the king's palace gardens. When Orion perched on the king's gloved hand, they seemed to communicate without words, their understanding as deep as the roots of the ancient trees in the surrounding forest. The king's realm was blessed with an emerald forest, a sprawling expanse of ancient trees and hidden waterfalls. Sunlight dripped through the canopy, painting dappled patterns on the forest floor. Here, amongst the rustling leaves and singing birds, King Oberon felt most at peace. One crisp morning, the king decided to indulge in his favorite pastime, hunting with Orion. He donned his hunting leathers, the falcon perched proudly on his arm, its keen eyes scanning their surroundings. The forest welcomed them with the scent of pine and damp earth, a symphony of nature that resonated with the king's soul. Their quarry on this day was a magnificent gazelle, known for its speed and agility. The gazelle, with its coat the color of sun-baked sand and horns that reached for the sky, was a prize worthy of the king's skill. It bounded through the undergrowth, a fleeting shadow amongst the trees. Orion, sensing the hunt, grew restless on the king's arm. His sharp talons tapped against the leather of the king's glove, a silent plea for the chase. The king, reading his companion's eagerness, unfurled his arm, giving Orion the signal he'd been waiting for. Section 4. A Bond of Trust. With a shriek that echoed through the silent woods, Orion launched himself into the air. He climbed higher and higher, his golden wings a blur against the azure sky. Below him, the gazelle darted through the undergrowth, unaware of the danger from above. The king watched, his heart pounding with a familiar thrill. He knew Orion's skills were unmatched, but this gazelle was particularly swift. Trust and loyalty bound the king and his falcon, a silent language they understood perfectly. Section 5. The Falcon's Sacrifice. As Orion swooped down, a flash of movement caught the king's eye. A hidden snare, set by poachers, lay directly in Orion's path. Before the king could cry out a warning, Orion saw the danger. In a remarkable display of instinct and loyalty, Orion veered sharply, narrowly avoiding the deadly trap. But the sudden movement upset his trajectory, causing him to miss his target. The gazelle, sensing its chance, disappeared into the dense undergrowth. Section 6. A Loyalty Unwavering. Disappointment flickered through the king, but was quickly replaced by relief and gratitude. He rushed to Orion, who had landed on a nearby branch, his wings slightly injured from the maneuver. The king cradled his faithful companion, his heart swelling with emotion. The gazelle was long gone, but the king felt no regret. Orion, his loyal falcon, was safe. In that moment, the king realized that their bond, built on trust and unwavering loyalty, was more valuable than any prize. The hunt was forgotten, but the lesson of loyalty would forever be etched in the king's heart.